At first, this may look like an ordinary block of rice dough, but cutting into it reveals a colorful masterpiece hidden inside. Creating it requires enormous patience and a deep understanding of how natural food chemistry works. It all starts with one simple ingredient: raw rice. The grains are carefully washed and soaked inside a large clay container until they become soft enough to process. Rather than using modern machines, the artisan relies on a heavy wooden mallet and stone mortar to crush the softened rice. The crushed rice is repeatedly passed through a finely woven bamboo sieve until it becomes a light, incredibly smooth flour. A portion of this raw flour is combined with water and heated in a wok until it turns into a thick, semi-transparent paste. This hot mixture is then returned to the remaining dry flour and kneaded by hand into a smooth, flexible dough. Why cook only part of the flour? This is where traditional food science becomes important. Rice contains no gluten, so simply mixing the flour with cold water would leave the dough fragile and prone to cracking. If the dough were made only with cold water, it would easily crumble apart. By cooking a small portion first, the starch becomes gelatinized. When this hot, sticky paste is worked back into the uncooked flour, it functions as a natural binder, giving the rice dough enough elasticity and strength to be stretched, folded, and shaped without falling apart. The artisan divides the dough into separate layers and carefully colors them with bright, food-safe pigments. These colorful layers are then carefully stacked, rolled, and compressed inside a larger sheet of plain white dough. The artisan has to work without seeing the final pattern. Every movement requires knowing exactly how the layers will shift, compress, and merge as the roll takes shape. Using a simple bamboo stick, deep grooves are pressed into the dough, shifting the internal colors into detailed designs resembling flowers and traditional Chinese characters. Once the patterned logs are complete, they are steamed over a wood-burning stove for around half an hour. But they aren't ready to be cut immediately. The dough needs to cool and rest overnight so that it becomes firm. When the log is finally sliced, every cross-section reveals the same carefully planned pattern. Historically, these decorative cakes weren't something people ate every day. They required enormous time and skill, so they were prepared especially for major festivals, weddings, and Lunar New Year celebrations, where they represented good fortune, long life, and happiness. It's a remarkable combination of food chemistry, geometric design, and cultural tradition. Please subscribe for the next breakdown.